Have you ever wondered why some romantic relationships seem so effortless while others are a constant struggle? The secret often lies in effective communication. It's the glue that holds relationships together, enabling partners to express their needs, desires, and concerns. Today, we'll explore understanding communication styles, utilizing I messages, showing empathy, sandwich critique, avoiding cognitive distortions, emotional management, and the value of weekly meetings. So buckle up. Stay with us as we delve into the strategies for improving communication in romantic relationships. Men and women often have different communication styles, which can lead to misunderstandings. It's an intriguing reality, isn't it? Let's delve into it a bit. Generally, men tend to communicate in a more direct and task-oriented manner. They value autonomy and problem-solving. On the other hand, women usually focus on building connections and fostering relationships through communication. They tend to express their feelings more openly and use communication as a tool to explore and organize their thoughts. Now, these are broad generalizations and don't apply to everyone, but recognizing these differences can help in understanding your partner's communication style. The key here is not to try to change them, but to accept and respect these differences. Learn to listen and understand before jumping to conclusions. Adapt your communication style to meet halfway and create a harmonious dialogue. By understanding and accepting these differences, you can foster better mutual understanding with your partner. Accusations can trigger defensiveness. To avoid this, use I messages instead. So, what are I messages? They are a simple yet impactful way to express your feelings without playing the blame game. Picture this. Instead of saying, "You never listen to me," you could say, "I feel unheard when I share my thoughts, and it makes me feel disconnected from you." Notice the difference? The first statement points fingers, causing your partner to retreat into a defensive stance. The second, an I message, focuses on your feelings and experiences, encouraging dialogue rather than discord. I messages are not just about feelings, they also express needs. For example, "I need more support when I'm feeling overwhelmed" is an I message that communicates a specific need without blaming the other person for not meeting it. Using I messages helps to create a safe space where both partners can express themselves openly and honestly. So, the next time you're in a discussion, try using I messages. Remember, I messages can help you express your feelings without triggering defensiveness in your partner. Empathy is key to understanding your partner's perspective and emotions. Now let's dive into the heart of communication: empathy. This is more than just a buzzword. It's a fundamental aspect of any relationship. It's about truly stepping into your partner's shoes, seeing the world through their eyes, and experiencing their emotions, even if just for a moment. But why is empathy so crucial in communication? Imagine a situation where your partner is upset about something. By showing empathy, you're not just acknowledging their feelings, but also validating them. You're saying, "I hear you, I understand you're upset, and that's okay." This doesn't mean you always have to agree, but understanding where they're coming from can pave the way for constructive conversations. Developing empathy takes practice. It means listening without judgment, asking open-ended questions, and showing genuine interest in your partner's thoughts and feelings. Remember, it's not about fixing problems, but understanding them. Empathy can help you understand your partner better and strengthen your relationship. Nobody enjoys criticism, but sometimes it's necessary. How can you soften its impact? Well, one way is through the art of the sandwich critique. Picture a delicious sandwich. The bread on either side symbolizes positive remarks, and the filling, that's the criticism. The idea is to begin with something positive about your partner, the first slice of bread, if you will. This sets a positive tone and helps to ensure your partner is receptive to what comes next. Then we move on to the filling, the constructive criticism. It's important here to be clear, direct, and respectful, focusing on the issue, not the person. Finally, we add the second slice of bread, another positive remark. This reinforces your love and respect for your partner, softening the impact of the criticism and leaving them with a positive impression. Remember, a sandwich critique can help you deliver criticism without hurting your partner's feelings. Cognitive distortions can hinder effective communication. Now, what are cognitive distortions? They are essentially thinking traps. These can be generalizations, demands, and self-references that warp our perception of reality. Let's break this down. Generalizations are when we take a single event and use it to make broad, sweeping statements. For instance, after a disagreement, you might think, "We always fight, we'll never get along." Demands, on the other hand, are rigid expectations we impose on others or ourselves. Something like, "They should always understand me." Lastly, self-references are when we interpret everything around us as a direct reflection of ourselves. An example would be, My partner is upset. It must be because of something I did. The key to avoiding these distortions is awareness. Recognize when you're falling into these thinking traps. Challenge your thoughts. Is there evidence to support your generalization? Are your demands reasonable? Are you taking things too personally? By avoiding cognitive distortions, you can communicate more effectively with your partner. Emotions can run high in a relationship. How can we manage them? As we navigate the intricate maze of romantic relationships, it's only natural that we sometimes stumble upon emotional spikes. Anger, defensiveness, and other intense emotions can flare up in the heat of a conversation, threatening to derail our communication. So what's the key to managing these emotions? The answer lies in taking a timeout. Imagine a boiling kettle. When the heat intensifies, the pressure builds up until the kettle lets off steam. Similarly, when emotions run high, we need to let off some steam to prevent an emotional explosion. Taking a timeout allows us to step back, breathe, and calm down. It gives us space to process our emotions and return to the conversation with a clearer head. But emotional management doesn't stop there. To keep the lines of communication open and prevent the buildup of unsaid words and unresolved issues, consider introducing weekly meetings into your relationship. These aren't business meetings, but dedicated times to check in with each other and discuss where you stand. During these meetings, you can share your feelings, express your needs, and address any concerns. This practice not only helps to keep minor issues from ballooning into major conflicts, but also fosters a deeper understanding and connection between you and your partner. Remember, managing your emotions and having regular check-ins with your partner can prevent conflicts and improve your relationship. So, there you have it. 7 strategies to improve communication in your romantic relationship. From understanding communication styles, employing I messages, showing empathy, to using the sandwich critique technique. We also covered avoiding cognitive distortions, managing emotions, and the importance of weekly meetings. Try these strategies, embrace the art of communication, and see your relationship flourish. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe to our channel. Remember, communication is the bridge that connects two hearts.